Plus Pitch Podcast, morning pitching podcast from pitcherlist.com. My name is Nick Pollock. Today is April 16th, and yes, we are going to talk about baseball. Oh, Jake Irvin had a phenomenal game as he went against the Pirates. And if you didn't check out the roundup image, it's a beautiful ode to Irvin Magic Johnson. But we have 7 innings, 0 earned runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. He got the win there against the Pirates. And yeah, this was just an easy stream, sure. But wait, hold on. Why was this the one that Jake Irvin was good and not others? Well, it's actually pretty simple. We have the curveball back in focus. It did so well in this one. It cruised all around, down in the zone as it normally does. It was just having a good curveball, and that's great. There is a problem, and I really was hoping this would be the start of some very good run for Jake Irvin, but I can't say that for 2 reasons. One, well, he's going to Coors next, and you don't really want that. But 2, he's 2 to 3 ticks down. What? Sometimes over 3, actually, on the sinker. It's at 90. This was a guy who was flirting with 95 last year. Actually had games at 95. So, not good for Jake Irvin. And, yeah, I just wish that he had the velocity because the command looks like it's pretty good and the good feel of the curveball. But yeah, if you took Jake Irvin yesterday, you're the smart one. You're actually like not the super sneaky, I'm too big brain kind of starter. It's like, no, that is the perfect example of like, oh yeah, right, this guy's looking good right now, gets the Pirates. He is a 7-inning kind of guy. This should work out well. Congrats. You got the win. You got what you needed. Good stuff. Hunter Brown, 97-mile-per-hour fastballs is very good. So he went 6 innings. 0 runs, got a win against the Cardinals. Very quiet though, 6 base runners and 4 Ks. Because the four-seamer had a 53% strike rate. And the sinker was amazing. 48% CSW and 12 over 40 called strikes. Also had 6 over 27 whiffs. Actually, I should say the four-seamer had 12 over 40 called strikes. The secondaries went 1 for 30 whiffs. Hunter Brown isn't really doing the things that I want him to do, which is, hey, throw 97, 98, and also just overwhelm with it. And he's not really doing that with that low strike rate. The sinker, I'm glad got whiffs, but I also want to see those secondaries actually like come alive and something really stand out. But fine, we just keep starting Hunter Brown and hope that the velocity is good enough. And I'm just being stupid because oftentimes I am. Okay, Tyler Mahle had a golden goal. Not what you expected me to say. I know, neither did I. 6 innings, 0 earned runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts against the Angels. Got a win. His slider went 0 for 14 whiffs. And the heater, 92 miles per hour, not 93 plus, and had a 54% strike rate. And the splitter was in the zone so much at 84 miles per hour and was awfully hittable. And he had a golden goal. I don't understand it quite, but maybe it's just the Angels being the Angels. Now he has to go and face the other LA team, the Dodgers. I'm still kind of avoiding this. I know I have him off the list, and I clearly shouldn't have. I messed that up. But it doesn't seem real. It really doesn't. At least he's throwing those four-seamers upstairs. And that's pretty cool. Logan Allen against the Orioles got the gold star. Not the golden goal, the gold star. 5.2 innings of 0 earned runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. Because against the Orioles, he got a win. That's great. Nothing that is really exciting here. When you have 6 Ks and only 6 whiffs, it's very unsustainable. Really called strikeouts are not as sustainable as swinging strikeouts. You have Quinn Priester against the Tigers. Got the win, 5 innings, 0 earned runs, 1 hit, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. Could have also gotten the gold star as well. 32% called strike rate on that sinker as he just threw them over the plate a ton is just, oh, okay, cool. That's how you got through this one. Everything else was not very good. So yeah, no, I'm not a fan of Quinn Priester. You have Shota Imanaga, 5 innings of 0 earned runs. It's nice to see it, especially against the Padres. Seeing 19 inches of vert as well is great on the fastball. I hope he can go more than 5 next time out. 4 hits, 3 walks, 7 Ks. Not ideal, but everything's cool there. I'm glad he's not imploding as some have imagined he would. You have Eric Fetty trying to be the Spider-Man that is the best Toby. And 6 innings, 1 earned run, 6 hits, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts against Houston. Great to see it. I love that he's not throwing his four-seamer as much as he did last year, actually, which is 0 now. Really good. I'm still a little weirded out by the whole sinker sweeper change cutter mix, and I probably would avoid against Atlanta next, but whatever. I mean, again, this is a 1.5 whip. Okay, so yes, 1 earned run, 1.5 whip, 5 Ks, lost. So it's like not the most impressive one, even though you see the 1 run in 6. You see Kikuchi also against Texas, at Texas, 6 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. I've been a real downer when it comes to Kikuchi this entire season, right? I've been saying a lot of things, just something like, no, this shouldn't work, and he's not sustainable, and so on and so forth, and all of that. However, it's cool that he pulled this off. You know, that's what I'm going to say there. I'm happy that Yusei Kikuchi was good enough to make this work, and props to him for that. You know, it's not going to continue. 2 to 3 inches of vert lost on that 4-seamer. 94 on the fastball velocity, not 95, 96. The slider's just kind of going like Dancing with the Disco a little bit, but it actually didn't have that high of a strike rate. I'm just not seeing things that say, oh, cool, this is good Kikuchi. But it's working right now, I guess, kind of. It hasn't really been. This was a good one, I guess. I would be selling high if I could on Yusei Kikuchi. He gets the Giants. I guess we're going to try that, but I'm worried. Merrill Kelly took full advantage of the Marlins, and he did exactly what he wanted to do, and more. 9 strikeouts, 6 innings, 1 run, 4 base runners. My gosh. Changeup was well spotted. It was only a 50% strike rate, but he got 6 out of 22 whiffs on it. Not even the best sinker and cutter either. Bad lineup, and you love this. That's exactly why we have you, Merrill Kelly. Good stuff. Randy Vasquez went 1 run against the Cubs in 5 innings, but 9 base runners and only 2 strikeouts, and did get a win. And you just got to remember that ERA is the most overrated stat in fantasy. That's the one we care about the most. We focus on that, but I would not want this 1.8 whip pulling me down for 5 innings. That's why I'm going to say right now, because it's not too bad. Like 180 ERA, 180 whip. The whip hurts you more than the ERA helps you, in my view, because it's 9 base runners. So you have Max Fried against the Royals. He got the win. I am saying all these weird phrases this morning. I don't know. I always say weird phrases. What am I talking about? 6.2 innings, 200 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 7 Ks. The whole thing about Fried is that he's normally very bad to start the year. Like, it's normally about 3 to 5 starts that you need to warm up. And the thing is, the first start of the year was a laborious one where he actually committed the error that made it worse. But he would have been fine for a win, 5+ innings or whatever. And then he's been great since. It's just been one game of Fried not being him. So you should be really, really happy about that if you have Max Fried on any teams. You have Kevin Gausman against Atlanta. And after last start of him dominating the Red Sox with his 4-seamer, this was more of the same. 6 innings, 200 runs, 6 hits, 0 walks, and 6 Ks against Atlanta. The 4-seamer had a 36% CSW, 8 whiffs over 59, so not as many, but still good. And not 92.7, but 94.95. And the splitter was kind of better, like a 17% swing strike rate, 5 over 30. Not like double-digit whiffs that we used to see from Gausman. And that's it. Don't talk about the breaking ball. The breaking ball is no. That's only a 23% CSW on that splitter, by the way. So do you believe that Gausman all of a sudden has this 4-seamer that dominates? I just can't get in on that, right? It doesn't make sense. So yeah, I can't. I'm so sorry, Atlanta. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Gausman. I'm happy you took down Atlanta, but I can't do this. I think it's going to come down to earth these last 2 starts. We're going to talk about more. We're going to talk about Bailey Ober, Walker Buehler, Ty McGill. Are there any signs there? And we have many others like, oh, this Verlander start. What do we do here? We're going to talk about all of that after this break. Tyler McGill, 5 innings, 200 runs, 8 hits, 0 walks, and 3 Ks. The new slider, just a 7% CSW. And the 4-seamer was stuck in YM lock. And I appreciate you, Playback Chat. Why? Because I asked you on the roundup on Monday night, YM lock versus XM lock. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out our player pages. It's essentially just the locations of pitches. Which one's the horizontal one, horizontal slice through the zone? Which one's the vertical slice through the zone? And Playback agrees. So Alex Fast, if you're listening, you're wrong. YM lock and XM lock are labeled correctly. And Tyler McGill had a lot of YM lock, that is horizontally across the plate with his 4-seamer, not upstairs, not high lock, which is unfortunate. And this is a worse kind of McGill. Now, this was against the Twins. This is the team he should be taking down. And now he gets Philly. So good luck. I hope it's just a blip. But to me, it's kind of like a Vargas rule thing where McGill was in a rhythm. He's out of the rhythm. And I'm worried about this next one. Look, 6 whiffs and 18% CSW against the Twins. Walker Buehler, 5 innings, 200 runs, 3 hits, 3 walks, 3 Ks. He survived. The Rays aren't amazing, but then again, they took down Houck. 94 miles per hour, not 93, but 3 whiffs total. And like you can kind of make out his game plan of like, cool, I'm supposed to put curveballs like over here and cutters kind of there. But the comparisons I keep making are like, sure, you can play a chord and guitar, but does it sound great? Or does it just like, you know that's a G chord, but like, you can work on this a little bit, right? And the one here I said, I put in AI to make a catchy song, great, but it's like not really the song that you want, but you can't really tell why. So, I mean, I'm watching this and not really seeing the kind of guy that I want to go for. You have Landon Knack against the Rockies in Rocky Road, and here's the thing, guys. You almost got it. The only reason you had Landon Knack in here was he had 1 out in the 6th. Sorry, in the 5th, I should say. No one on, 65 pitches, up 5-2. He just needs to get 2 more outs. And they pulled him. It wasn't like guys on base. Like he could have gotten 2 more outs. Would have gotten a cheap win against Rocky Road. Oh boy. You have Bailey Ober against the Mets, 6.1 innings, 300 runs, 5 hits, 0 walks, and 5 Ks. It's a Bailey special. All right. He's not throwing the 4-seamer really upstairs. And I've been saying it for ages, but like that to me just takes Bailey Ober down a notch. I love the fact that this start, he said, okay, fine. I know my slider is my weak point against right-handers. So I'm going to throw sweepers. I'm going to throw sinkers a ton against right-handers. And I'm going to use that to make sure the slider isn't as damaging. Well, the few sliders he threw hung and they were damaging, but it did help a lot. I like this version of Ober, and I wish he would throw more than 22% changeups and 30% four-seamers. I just wanted to pull back on the slider a bit. That's all I'm looking for. Just use the sweeper or the sinker to right-handers, and he should be okay. Mitch Keller against the Nationals. Oh, I should mention, though, he's more like in the 40s now because he's not able to get that four-seamer upstairs. Come on, Ober. You can do that. Mitch Keller against the Nationals. It's the most Mitch Keller thing of like 6 innings, 300 runs, 8 base runners, 3 Ks against the Nationals. He also was down 1 to 2 ticks in the heater. No thanks. Michael Wacha against the Yankees, 5.2 innings, 300 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. So close. It's a Philly against the Yankees, 1 whip. Near 1 whip, I should say. Yeah, we're cool with Wacha. He's exactly the Toby that you think he is. Go start him against the Tigers. You should be fine. Jesus Luzardo against the Giants, honestly, was not as bad as his normal downturns are. Those are 3 amazing starts from Jesus Luzardo. 5.1 innings of 300 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. The stuff wasn't as good. The command, not nearly as good as I saw in the previous start, especially with the sweeper. And it wasn't as bad as it could have been, right? 15 whiffs, 30% CSW still. We keep rolling with Luzardo. Jeffrey Springs did not take advantage of the White Sox, so it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. 5 innings of 300 runs, 6 base runners, 4 Ks. This changeup wasn't nearly as good as it usually is. It should be better in the future. Jack Flaherty, oh no. He answered the question. What happens when Flaherty's curveball holds a 50% strikeout rate or lower? I think it was like 48%. 4.2 innings of 300 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 4 Ks. This should be a one-night bland. I'm not too worried about it. He just pulled the curveball a little too far down. Justin Verlander at Philly, 5.2 innings of 400 runs, 8 hits, 3 walks, and 1 Ks. Oh, man, this was so annoying. This is the most annoying one of the day because he returned 20 whiffs in his previous start, Verlander. I was so excited. You got the slider and the fastball velocity up, and those were actually still kind of there. But those were the 2 pitches in this one that were sub 60% strikes. No. Against lefties, you were so bad with that 4-seamer. You have an overall 53% strike rate with your 4-seamer. That is not Verlander. So this was weird too. Like you had the previous one where it looked like, oh my gosh, he's feeling so great. He's in rhythm. He's the best version. And he just could not locate in this one. I'm more inclined to say that Verlander had an off day than, oh no, he's back down to earth. And it was against the Phillies. Now he gets the Angels. I'm going to start him there because I'm still confident that this is a new Verlander overall. You have Nick Lodolo against the Mariners. He finally had a bad one. 4.2 innings of 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. He had a softer 4-seamer at 93. His secondaries had a sub 58% strike rate on both the curve and change. But he still had 32% CSW. And I think I'm still going to start him against the Orioles. I think Nick Lodolo is pitching pretty well. And for this being one of the off days, because every pitcher has those like not perfect games, this is not so bad. Charlie Morton, stop starting Charlie Morton. I mean, he just threw lefty. He threw against lefties for the most part. Curveballs are going to be generally worse against them because he treats it like his primary break. I'm also thinking like more like slider sweeper for him. It's still effective against lefties, but it's still better against righties. And 5 innings, 5 earned runs against the Guardians. Like, you just shouldn't do it. 44% strike rate on Morton's curveball is just, oh gosh, that's not going to work on a given night. Sean Burke against the Athletics, he's not even at 94. So it's 3-point winnings of 5 earned runs. No, we are out on Sean Burke until he finally dominates truly with the four-seamer, and then that sets up the two secondaries of the slider and the curve. I think there's a little bit more as well this year, but really doesn't matter until that four-seamer is dominating. Ryan Feltner was at the Dodgers. Not going to happen. Ryan Pepio, very disappointing. 6 innings of 6 earned runs, 9 hits, 2 walks, and 8 Ks, but 17 whiffs on 102 pitches. And he also featured these 93-mile-per-hour cutters at 36% usage against lefties, and I love it. The four-seamer was just 25% CSW. They hit the ones upstairs, and it was annoying. And he didn't have the love of Koufax in play. He had 2 home runs in this one, had 7 hits that didn't go his way. You still had a changeup for 70% strikes and 7 over 27 whiffs. I love this. I don't like that the slider just kind of disappeared and was bad, but at least the cutter showed up for it. I think he deserved much better. I think the skills are very good. I would be buying low on Ryan Pepio right now. Spencer Schwellenbach, this was supposed to be your coronation day, and nope, you went 4.2 innings of 6 earned runs. The four-seamer is now up to 97, which is cool. But the sinker and slider was at 50% strikes. The splitter was just 2 for 6 strikes. There's only 6 thrown. And what's going on there? The curve and cutter, man, they allowed some hard contact in this one. And it's just not the Mr. Crescendo we normally see. But remember, a crescendo has to start small. And then it ramps up. I'm just saying it's the low point. It's not going to stay there. Okay. We have Connor Gillespie, and he should not be in this rotation. 8 earned runs in 5 innings against the Diamondbacks. Like, yeah, right. Last but not least, though, you have Luis Castillo, not Mr. F. We fixed the bug on the site. Thank you all, by the way, for reporting those when you saw them. It's been really annoying, but we fixed it. It's great. And the dog, Luis Castillo, looked like a pup because it was 4.1 innings of 6 earned runs. This was probably the worst game I've seen from Castillo in a long time. 11 base runners with 4 walks and 3 Ks in his old home park. He could not command anything. It was truly terrible. Last time it was like four-seamers were upstairs and going inside of right-handers and doing all these fun things, or against inside of left-handers, I should say, and sinkers were great. And this was just like, I don't know where things are going. So that was a disappointing one. I have not been positive on Luis Castillo this year, but this should be better than this at the very least moving forward. All right, that is it for today. Thank you all so much for supporting what you do. We've gotten more lifetime subscriptions lately. We're closing it down very shortly. So if you're on the fence about getting Pitcher List PL Pro Lifetime, now's the time to do it. You will get 4 years essentially of PL Pro and then free forever. You also will get a free merch. You can either choose between a sweatshirt or a shirt plus mug. And in addition, you'll be supporting us, helping us create the things that you guys want us to make. There's so many things on the docket. It is not going to a money-guzzling CEO or anything like that. I do not make a full-time salary. So please consider supporting us by getting PL Pro Lifetime and signing up today. If you want all these things to continue on forever and to be just better and better, that's the number way of doing it. But that is it. So my name is Nick Paul.